Hi, I'm number 8, Steve Kapoor, a pilot and the marketing officer with the GEICO Skytypers. Welcome to another episode of Information with the GEICO Skytypers. We're shooting this series this summer to give you, the airshow fan, a sense as to what it's like to be a member of our team and travel the country flying air shows. This episode is called Generations. Our team is unique in that we have had 2 different father and son teams fly with us. Today you'll hear from the boss, number 1, Larry Arin, as he and others in our group talk about his father, Mort, who started the Skytypers some 30 years ago. You'll also hear from 2 generations of Johanssons. Number 2, Ken Johansson, our right wing, and number 4, Bob Johansson, our slot pilot. I don't know about you, but I've always been a little envious of these guys getting to share a common experience with their dads.
We have Mort Arin, who you're the big cheese, you're the head honcho, huh?
Hi, yeah, I think so.
Yeah. Tell us about this sky typing. What is that all about?
Okay, it's exactly what it says. We type letters in the sky. We do it with 5 World War II fighter planes and a computer. I have a computer in my airplane, which is in the center, and we fly a wide front line formation, and the computer directs each airplane when to let out a puff of smoke in proper sequence to form these giant digital letters.
My father, from the earliest days that I can remember, was a showman. He was all about the show. He was a marketing guy, and the flavor of the team still revolves around everything that my father started. My father was very big on the showmanship aspect of the pilots being in flight suits and wearing the helmets and doing march downs and putting all the airplanes together. He used to say, you know, smoke noise in one direction, people love to see in one direction or many directions, people love to see it, but this is what they come out to be. My father was probably the single biggest influence in my life of good things and things that I wanted to do differently in my life.
Mort was a character. That's about all you could say. He lived and breathed military and the Skytypers. He was the Skytyper.
Morty. What can you say about Morty? They broke the mold when they created Morty. Morty was a man among men. He could walk into a room, the ultimate showman. He'd walk into a room and just take the room over.
You know what I liked about him? He was different. He was willing to take a chance. And he took a chance on me. I came to him without a lot of airplane formation experience, and he took me on and helped train me for the sky typing stuff, and I will always be forever grateful to him for that.
Honestly, he was a man ahead of his time in many ways. He was the consummate showman. He was a great natural marketer. That's what I do. I marketing and promotions, promotional marketing. And Mort never had any training in that. He just had it kind of in here, and in his, you know, he felt it. And he was so good at it that, you know, Larry and I, as we run this business, still today live by the principles that he was trying to teach us.
Yeah, a great salesman. Great salesman. Yeah, good businessman. I don't know anything about the skytyping business while he was running it, but he was always very personable, knew what he wanted, knew how to get people to do things that he wanted, and he ran the business for how many years? 30-something years?
Mort, in one sentence, was the last of the vaudevillians. I loved him dearly, but I have to compare him to his son, who was far more professional than he was in terms of aviation.
To this day, I still feel the aura of my dad behind me, kind of guiding me through a lot of the steps that we do with this team.
It's kind of a great thing. People will say, "Oh, you get to fly with your son," which is pretty neat, actually. And he has become an integral part of the team. He's his officer training, his Naval Academy training have created a person who is really capable of resolving problems, tactical, strategic, personal. He was a commanding officer of a squadron, so the military in this country is the only place where leadership is actually taught.
Dad's the sage of the group. He's been there, done that. He's got more time with radial engines than anybody out there. So it's phenomenal flying with my dad. My greatest flight actually was my first day, my first year on the team. We were flying, I believe it was a Memorial Day show right past the Intrepid. It wasn't great weather, right down the Hudson, and I'm just trying to hang on. You know, we're in a holding pattern overhead the Verrazano Bridge, and I'm looking at my marks, and I'm trying to anticipate and work with the power and stay in position, because I don't want to, you know, I'm on the end, but still I'm on the end and everybody's looking at me. If I'm out of position, it looks horrible. So I'm hanging on. And finally, we were called to roll in and come on down. So we're supposed to turn the smoke off, and Dad pulls up with smoke as the missing man. Very dramatic. And then I'm supposed to maintain my position. So now I really don't have any marks. I'm trying to fly 2 ships away and maintain that hole for Dad to fly back into. And we start our turn in front of the George Washington Bridge, left-hand turn, and it's getting steeper and steeper, and I'm thinking, oh my God, this is challenging. I'm just, like I said, hanging on. And then here comes Dad out of nowhere, zip, right into position. And as we're turning, and I'm looking up, and all I can see is clouds and Dad and Larry, and I see Dad just do this. Just give me a thumbs up out the cockpit, and his hand comes back down to the top. And that was probably the greatest flight with the team so far.
So he's an integral part of the team and fit right in.
I talk about that a lot in the cockpit when I'm flying with Continental Airlines. What do you do on the side? Well, this is what I do, and I always relay that story. And I can see the captains looking at me with a little bit of envy. Number one, to fly these old airplanes, which is phenomenal, and then to fly with my dad, who's been there, done that, you know. It was great, fantastic.